keep your personal and financial information safe from scammers.
But the same can be said for your airline miles and travel credits. We've heard from passengers who say their points have vanished, and they believe at the hands of hackers.
Delta Airlines SkyMiles program is worth $8 to $9 billion a year. American Airlines Advantage, another $6 to $7 billion annually. That's not their planes, that's not their ticket sales, that's just the miles. Miles are points you earn for being loyal. Here's what's insane. For Delta and American Airlines, their loyalty programs are now more profitable than actually flying you anywhere. And here is the part that nobody talks about. Over 50% of all airline miles issued today don't come from flights. They come from you swiping a credit card at a grocery store. So, let me get this straight. You spend money to earn points. Airlines sell those points to banks. Banks charge you interest. And somehow you think you are getting a deal. Today, I'm going to show you the numbers behind the biggest financial sleight of hands in the consumer history, because your free miles are funding a $26 billion industry that legally classifies your points as not money while treating them exactly like money. This isn't a scam, it's worse. It's completely legal. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Halak Show YouTube channel. If you have, hit the like button and share this with someone who needs to see it and drop a comment below. Now, let's get into it. The New York Times published a piece in 2025 that broke down something the industry has been quiet about for years. Airlines are no longer transportation companies. They are loyalty and financial businesses that happen to operate planes. Look at the math. Delta's SkyMile program generates approximately 8 to 9 billion annually. That's billions with a B. American Airlines Advantage, another 6 to 7 billion per year. United, Southwest, all of them, same story. And here's where it gets beautiful for their perspective and terrifying for yours. In many cases, these loyalty programs generate more profit than the actual flights. Think about that. The free perks you get for being a loyal customer is more valuable to the company than your loyalty itself. So, how does this work? Airlines don't just give you miles anymore. They sell them to banks by the billions. Chase, American Express, Citi, they buy miles from airlines, then give them to you when you swipe your co-branded cards. You think you are earning rewards. What's actually happening is, one, you spend $1,000 at Costco on your United Chase card. Chase pays United roughly 1 to 2% per mile. Chase charges you 18 to 24% interest if you carry a balance. You get miles that United can devalue whenever they want. Over 50% of all miles issued today come from credit card spending, not flights. You are not a passenger anymore, you are a transaction. So let's talk about how they actually get you to spend. Economic Times published an analysis on this, and the numbers are wild. Most airlines and credit card loyalty programs use tier-based thresholds. You know the ones: silver status, gold status, platinum status. Sounds fancy, right? Here is what it actually costs. Let's use a real example they cited. Spend about $3,000 USD annually to hit silver. Spend another $3,000 USD to reach gold. Spend another $3,000 USD to reach platinum. That's roughly $9,000 USD. Spend in a single year just to maintain or upgrade status. And here is the trick. The structure is designed to keep you chasing the next tier. You spend $2,614 USD. You are around $11,000 USD away from silver. You don't need anything, but you are so close. So you buy something, anything, because you are already invested so much. Behavior economists call this the sunk cost fallacy. Airlines call it Thursday. The Economic Times put it simply: loyalty points are designed to drive spending, not savings. The perceived value of miles almost always exceeds the real financial returns, especially when you factor in annual fees, interest if you carry a balance, convenience fees, opportunity cost of the cash you could have saved. But you don't think about that because you are getting free flights. Alright, here's the part that should genuinely make you angry. Your miles are worth billions to airlines, but legally they are classified as contractual benefits, not currency or deposits. You know what this means in plain English? They are not protected like money. If someone hacks your bank account and steals $5,000, you are protected by federal law. If someone hacks your airline's account and steals 100,000 miles worth 5,000 in flights, good luck. Because according to the legal classification, those miles aren't money. They are benefits. The airlines can change the rules, devalue your points overnight, deny restitution if they are stolen, expire them, cancel your account, and they have minimal legal obligation to do anything about it. This is why fraud of airlines accounts is so rampant. The industry has created a system where miles function exactly like currency for them. Tradable, sellable, profitable, but not for you. The New York Times article made this crystal clear. Miles are treated as contractual benefits specifically to avoid consumer protection. So now, let's talk about what happens when you combine high value, which is billions in miles circulating, weak protection, which is no federal safeguards, low monitoring, which is no real-time fraud alerts. You get a criminal paradise. Account takeover fraud, this is the most common one. It's embarrassingly easy. Fraudsters spend phishing emails. Your miles are expiring. Click here. You click, you log in, done. They are in your account. And because most airlines accounts have security from 2010, just a password and maybe a security question, there is nothing stopping them. They redeem your miles instantly. Book tickets in someone else's name, either use them or sell them. By the time you notice, your 200,000 miles are gone. And the airlines say logging was valid, not our problem. The responsibility gap, here's where it gets even more broken. Let's say you have a Chase United card. Chase actually has decent fraud protection, two-factor authentication, monitoring, and it works. But your United Mileage Plus account is separate system. It has weaker security, different database. So when someone hacks your United login and drains your miles, you call Chase. My miles were stolen. Chase representative, your card wasn't used. Can't help. You call United, my miles were stolen. United representative, the login was valid. Can't help. You are stuck between two companies and neither takes responsibility. This isn't a bug. This is how the system is designed. Why criminals love miles? Fraud experts call airline miles a soft currency. And here is why. Real monetary value, weak monitoring, low consumer urgency. You don't check miles like you check your bank account every day. Treated as benefits, not money. Miles can be redeemed for flights immediately, transferred between accounts in some programs, converted to hotel points or gift cards used to book refundable tickets, then cancelled for value in different forms. And unlike your credit card, where you get a text message for a $5 charge, most airlines have zero real-time alerts. No OTP codes, no SMS, nothing. Credential stuffing at scale. Remember, when LinkedIn got breached, or Adobe or Yahoo, hackers were using those leaked passwords right now to test airlines accounts. They run millions of email password combinations throughout the automated systems, testing United Miles Plus, United Mileage Plus, Delta Sky Miles, American Advantage, every major program. Even if only 1% of the people reuse passwords, there's thousands of valid accounts compromised. And because there is no instant alert system like banks have, the fraud can run for days or weeks before anyone even notices. Synthetic identity fraud. This one's almost science fiction, but it's real. Fraudsters create entirely fake identity using social security numbers, fake address, burner phones. They open loyalty accounts, but build up points slowly through sign-up bonus, referral programs, promotional offers. These accounts look completely normal. They are just quietly accumulating value. Then one day, all the points get cashed out and sold. The crazy part here, because there is no real victim losing money immediately, airlines don't detect it. It's phantom fraud. So why does airlines fix this? Because it's not profitable enough to care. Let me show you the math from their perspective. For banks and credit cards, they lose billions to fraud annually. Federal law requires fraud protection. Customers will leave if security is bad. Result? Massive investment in fraud prevention. For airlines and miles, the cost is a seat that might have been empty anyways. No federal law requiring protection. Most customers don't check their miles regularly. But by the time you notice, you are annoyed, but you are not switching airlines over it. It's pure cost-benefit analysis. And right now, the math says don't spend too much fixing it. Plus, remember, airlines don't see miles as money. They are marketing tools, contractual benefits, perks. But to criminals, they are absolutely money, spendable, valuable, and poorly protected. And here's the kicker. There is a proposed policy change that could collapse the entire ecosystem. Forbes report on the US plan to cap credit card interest rates at 10%. Why does this matter? Because airlines rewards program are funded by credit card interests, often 18 to 24%. Interchange fees, banks buying miles from airlines. If interest income gets capped, banks might reduce your rewards, stop buying miles, sign up bonuses. The whole system depends on consumer debt and high interest rates. Without that, the free miles disappear. So your reward aren't free. They are subsidized by people carrying balances at 24% APR. Here is what nobody wants to say it out loud. Airline miles are 26 billion industry built on an idea that you think you are getting something for free, but you are not. You are funding a financial system that legally classifies your miles as not money to avoid protecting them. Sell those miles to banks for billions. Changes your interest to earn them back and leaves you vulnerable to fraud with 2010 era security system. The fraud isn't the bug. The fraud is enabled by design. Weak security, no federal protection, delayed detection, high value. It's not the airlines can't fix it. They don't have to. And until economic incentives changes, until enough people realize what's actually happening, nothing will. I am not here to tell you what to do. I am here to show you what's real. Your miles are worth billions, just not to you. And here is the Halak's happiness hack. Here's the move. Treat your airline's account like your bank account. 3 things. It just takes 2 minutes. 1. Change your airline password right now. Make it unique, different from everything else. Use a password manager if you have to. 2. Turn on two-factor authentication if your airline offers. Not all of them do, which is insane, but if yours does, activate it today. 3. Set a monthly reminder to check your miles balance first of every month. Screenshot it. If something gets stolen, you'll have proof. And that's it. You can't fix the system, but you can make yourself a harder target. And if enough people do this and make noise when fraud happens, maybe, just maybe, airlines will actually have to care. That's your hack. Use it. I'm Halak. Thank you for watching the Halak Show. If this made you see your credit card differently, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Next week, we are digging into much more interesting topics. So please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.